Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Can you believe this guy, Ben McKenzie? Cryptocurrency industry represents the largest Ponzi scheme in history. People are still saying this. Can you believe it? Listen to this.
What is crypto actually rooted in or on?
Nothing. It's a story. I mean, these are bits of computer code that are uncorrelated with any real-world asset, to your point. If they're an investment in what exactly? And the reason that I use the word Ponzi scheme in front of the Senate is that an investment scheme without value is a Ponzi scheme. I mean, that's the definition, and Ponzi schemes are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, in my opinion, the cryptocurrency industry does represent the largest Ponzi scheme in history.
The cryptocurrency industry has furnished a statement to us, which I will read in part here. This is the American Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Association. They say, quote, crypto is not a Ponzi scheme. As with any new technology or financial instrument, some bad actors have utilized cryptocurrency to commit fraud. This is no different than the Nigerian prince emails when the internet started. That's what they say.
Right. So let's talk about a couple of things. This is not a new technology. Blockchain technology is over 30 years old. It goes back to at least 1991 when Stuart Haber and Scott Stornetta, working at Bell Labs, building off the work of cryptographers such as David Chaum, built a blockchain, which is just a distributed ledger. I have nothing against blockchain. It's just a ledger. It's just a way of storing information. But if you use it to facilitate crime, that's a problem. The cryptocurrency industry would like us to believe that it's in its early days, that, you know, the best days are still to come.
Still adapting.
Yeah.
Right, still changing. But the truth is it's predicated on false ideas. If cryptocurrency were to become currency, it's not issued by the state, right? So what is it? That would be private money. We've actually tried private money. We tried it in the free banking era of the 19th century, 1837 to 1863. It was a failure. It was a failure in part due to fraud. So one of the many ironies of cryptocurrency is that it is not, in fact, the future of money. It is the past of money.
All right, he's saying it's not the future of money, it is the past of money. This guy just seems like a self-righteous douchebag, don't you think? Notice, too, when he's talking about private money and how that's a problem. Notice how really quickly he focused in on that. And that we've tried private money in the past and that it has not worked. Well, is he a hired puppet to make the powers that be more powerful, to allow the Federal Reserve to retain its power so that people do not start transacting in other currencies that they see valuable and that they stick to what can be controlled, i.e., the US dollar? Things that make you go, although, this one is very, very obvious to me. Paid actors, as XRPville here says, so wanted to thank him for posting that. I mean, we've got a lot of news coming out, and, some of it, I don't know if I'm believing fully. Wrath of Conman here posting this, a weird article by PaySafe that is either incorrect or confusingly written, claiming XRP, Ripple XRP, and Stellar XLM have formed an alliance with the potential to transform the cryptocurrency market, including potential integration with SWIFT and ISO 20022. So this article is basically just a bunch of bullet points, just kind of summarizing, some of the stuff that we've been hearing over the last few days, like BlackRock CEO Larry Fink seeing Bitcoin as digitizing gold, but also this, what this would mean for the market. So, so this is just along the same lines. But down here, though, revolutionizing global payments. Ripple and Stellar dominate the SWIFT integration landscape. Here they say Ripple and Stellar have formed an alliance with the potential to transform the cryptocurrency market, including potential integration with SWIFT and ISO 20022. Bank of America has recognized XRP as a potential outlier in payments, highlighting its distinct position and innovative capabilities. Ripple has secured preliminary approval for a major payment institution license in Singapore. So just kind of summarizing some pieces of news, just cherry picking, it sounds, pieces of news that we've already heard of. MoneyGram has collaborated with Stellar, and both Ripple and Stellar aim to simplify cross-border payments. Now, I feel like Wrath of Conman is onto something here. It is a bit confusingly written, and I don't think it is 100% accurate. He says, what alliance here? Also, ISO 20022 is not integrated. The format conforms or it doesn't. Number 3, what evidence of potential SWIFT integration are they citing? The footnote doesn't mention it either. It mentions MasterCard. So do they know something or don't they? I would have to say that it is probably just a hack article, just kind of summarizing a bunch of, pieces of news that we've been gathering over the last few days, and that, there is no real connection or no real alliance, I guess I should say, between Ripple XRP and Stellar XLM. That is just my intuition speaking there. I don't have any hard proof of that. Nevertheless, I just thought I'd bring that to you in case you guys also came across that. I wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Mike Manfield here posting this, though. This is a real Ripple partner. Visa joined Series C extension round in Ripple partner Thunes. Now, we know Visa is a Ripple partner through the Earthport connection, and Thunes too, guys, a cross-border payment company, has extended its Series C funding round to $72 million with support from Visa, EDBI, and Endeavor Catalyst. So Thunes too is also a Ripple partner. The additional $12 million in equity financing comes after Thunes bagged $60 million last month from London hedge fund Marshall Wace, with support from Bessemer Venture Partners and Southeast Asian private equity firm 01 FinTech. News of the financing follows a hectic few months for Thunes, which recently opened an office in Beijing, struck up a partnership with Tencent for inbound remittances over WeChat, integrated with Visa Direct, and ventured into Saudi Arabia through a relationship with Njaz Payment Services. So, sounds like they're on the move. CEO at Thunes, okay, he's saying this: "I'm delighted to see an even deeper collaboration with Visa. Together we will pave the way towards a global payment ecosystem that is inclusive, efficient, and ubiquitous." Now, I mean, to me, that goes without saying, considering Visa is enabled via Ripple through Earthport, and Thunes, guys, independently is also a Ripple partner. So, I mean, if they can both leverage the DLT technology, the RippleNet connection, leveraging XRP, it is a no-brainer that it's going to be an inclusive, efficient, and ubiquitous environment. He goes on to say, and as a Singapore-based company, EDBI's backing is also incredibly important to us. Though our business has a global nature, Singapore continues to serve as our home base, and we are proud to be deeply embedded in this dynamic global fintech hub. So, all these companies supporting a new innovative payment system. So great news here for Thunes and Visa, obviously supporting that. Wanted to thank Mike for posting that. Did you guys see this? Wise has reported a 33% jump in active customer base to 6.7 million. The cross-border payments firm reported a revenue increase of 29%. So Wise, which was formerly Transferwise, a Ripple partner, is growing, guys. A strong start to the fiscal year 2023, I believe they meant to say here. Wise experienced a robust uptick in growth metrics during its first quarter. The company reported a year-over-year increase of 33%. This growth was primarily driven by high customer retention and acquisition, largely fueled by word of mouth. And check this out, guys. Cross-border payment statistics. The cross-border payments company observed a year-over-year growth of 16% in volumes, clocking £28.2 billion, and year-over-year increase in revenue of 29%, totaling £240 million. The company's income experienced a remarkable jump of 66% compared to the previous year of £311 million due to growing active customers and a surge in interest income. So, huge news here, guys, for Wise, a Ripple partner. We can see that these Ripple partners are just growing. Here's just some more statistics here in a chart. If you guys are interested, I will link this in the description of the video if you want to read the full thing. And just for reference here, oh yeah, I brought this up to Transferwise, which is now just called Wise, did say back in 2020, we won't use blockchain until more banks use Ripple. So I thought that was interesting because now they're seeing growth. Now we're seeing, with the Ripple verdict, it was just announced yesterday that more American banks specifically, are likely going to run on Ripple. So, this article from, 2.5 years ago stating that they won't use Ripple until more banks use Ripple. Maybe we're seeing this now, guys. Maybe we're seeing this in this upsurge and, we will see more XRP utility from Transferwise moving forward. So some great news there. Wanted to keep moving, guys. Susan Anthony here on Twitter posting this huge news for Ripple partner Temenos. They will be working with the financial arm of Canadian Tire to modernize their core financial services. So Canadian Tire Bank expands relationship with Temenos and moves to Temenos Banking Cloud. I didn't even know Canadian Tire had a bank. Clearly big enough to hire Temenos to do their back end, Canadian Tire Bank to move to Temenos Banking Cloud. So she's posting a few screen grabs here from this story. Canadian Tire Bank has a digital-first strategy to enhance customer acquisition, loyalty, and engagement, and Temenos Banking Cloud will help power new business models at scale by advancing the bank's digital capabilities and developing new products across CTC's retail brands and more than 11 million active loyalty members. And then down here, okay, extending its partnership with Temenos, CTB, or Canadian Tire Bank, will utilize the Temenos Banking Cloud to replace its legacy core systems and move to a software-as-a-service model. This will enable the bank to deploy banking services and launch new products faster in order to give its customers a more personalized experience. Additionally, Temenos' platform allows the bank to move from a capital expenditure to an operating expense business model that scales based on demand. This means Canadian Tire Bank only pays for what it uses, allowing it to capitalize on high availability and performance to peak loads or anticipated growth. So, we're seeing even these smaller organizations, financial institutions, in this case, Canadian Tire Bank, looking to, probably grow and, be able to modernize payments for their clients, utilizing Ripple partner Temenos in the back end. So great news there. Wanted to thank Susan Anthony for posting that. So much news today, guys. Even Ripple X is coming out with some news. Wave 5 XRPL grants had an overwhelming response. Through a rigorous judging process, 10% of projects were awarded more than $1.6 million for their innovative ideas and potential to advance adoption and utility on the XRP ledger. So just the latest bout of news here from Ripple X, Wave 5 awardees. The Wave 5 awardees comprise of a range of projects that will accelerate adoption on the XRP ledger. Use cases include Web3 finance, specific projects aiming to improve financial services and facilitate transactions. There is also a notable emphasis on projects supporting developer tooling and open source initiatives that will benefit current and future project developments on the XRP ledger. And they list some down here, representing 14 countries in 5 continents. And so, guys, more information down here. I'm not going to go over it, but, just to kind of give you a sense of where the money's going and also, who is now developing on the XRPL, from what countries, the types of projects that are also being developed on the XRP ledger, of course, is going to add more value to XRP going down the road. This is the whole point of this, guys. This is the whole point. We want more value because more value just drives more utility, more demand for XRP. Then XRP will command a higher price. So great news there coming from the Ripple X camp. I gotta say, FedNow going live in 2 days. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm recording it, it is today, Tuesday, July the 18th. We're waiting for FedNow to go live. Mr. Mann brought up some interesting points from artificial intelligence. How does XRP interact with the FedNow system? Okay, proof that FedNow and Ripple and XRP are connected, he says. Now, I've always been a little skeptical of AI, but okay, here's what it spat out. Okay, according to recent reports, the Federal Reserve has recognized the potential of XRP in facilitating the blockchain aspect of FedNow. XRP is the fastest and most scalable digital asset, enabling real-time global payments, blah, blah, blah. After a successful pilot program, the Federal Reserve decided to connect FedNow, their real-time payment system, to the Ripple XRP network. This integration allows FedNow to utilize Ripple's blockchain technology to process payments faster and more efficiently. So it is suggesting that Ripple will be utilized in FedNow. But I've always kind of been a little skeptical because these AI programs, they take, and I guess depending on which one you use, some of the information is a little dated. They always kind of just scour the internet for the info that, you want to hear about, and they formulate, paragraphs kind of describing what they see as a possibility. Mr. Mann also posted this. Here's the XRP Reference Asset. XRP is a stable coin, and this stablecoin is backed by central bank deposits. So it also talked about this, okay, digital assets on the XRP ledger. It is also possible that CBDCs will be pegged to XRP and interact with the XRP ledger as a stablecoin, which would allow for fast, cheap, and efficient cross-border payments. However, it remains to be seen if central banks will opt to utilize XRP tokens. So again, I feel like us in the XRP community doing our research, we already know more than a lot of this AI stuff can spit out. But to Mr. Mann's credit, he did do some more research looking at XDC as well. XDC is also a bridge currency, so it's also a stablecoin and has stabilization mechanisms, but it's unknown currently. And so just some more information with regards to XDC. If I continue scrolling down, I believe he's also, XLM is a stablecoin also and has a stabilization mechanism as well. So a lot of this information coming out here, we did hear from the World Bank. Now, that is not artificial intelligence. The World Bank has in fact said that XRP and XLM should be considered stablecoins. So it is of no surprise that, that's, certain information that we're getting that, it's hard information from documents, from reports, from the World Bank. The AI stuff, David Schwartz has come down and said, AI will tell you what it thinks you want to hear, whether it's the truth or not. You can easily get it to say something and then the exact opposite of that very thing just by conveying your disappointment. So, using AI, I feel like it's a good tool, but maybe for certain things, maybe not so much for research, unless you're researching basic points, maybe. Getting down into the nitty-gritty, the detailed, partnerships and explanations, I think it's still a little too early for that. Mr. Man did respond down here. Thanks for that info. I was not aware of that detail with AI. So to his credit, I mean, he's been trying hard to find more information, to do some more digging. But AI, I don't know. This is what they're saying. Nevertheless, guys, we are getting some great information with regards to a global stablecoin. We've talked a little bit about XRP being that global stablecoin, and I'll see if I can find a video I did on that recently. I'll put that up here in the top right-hand corner. Matthew Liny posted this, okay? This report came out just yesterday. Now look at what it is saying here. Crypto asset activities meet the definition of a global stablecoin or a GSC arrangement as defined in the FSB high-level recommendations for the regulation, supervision, and oversight of a global stablecoin arrangements, and it should be subject to regulatory and supervisory approaches that implement the FSB's recommendation for GSC arrangements. Authorities may choose to apply relevant high-level recommendations on GSC arrangements as appropriate to stablecoin arrangements more widely, taking into account the risk, size, and complexity of those stablecoins. So we've talked about XRP being a global stablecoin, and here in that same report, they talk about a public ledger. Okay, in particular, the transfer function can be set up as a smart contract on a permissionless public ledger. So we can see the connections here. The SA governance may be partially or fully decentralized, and there may be no legal entities or persons in control of the FMI function. Interesting to note that, and again, guys, this is from the high-level recommendations for regulation, supervision, and oversight on crypto asset activities and markets. Now, moving along, another great one here from Susan Anthony on Twitter. One of the board's recommendations, okay, again, from the Financial Stability Board, one of the recommendations is regarding disclosure for crypto asset issuers. Take a look at the footnote 8. I wonder which crypto asset they are referring to and will aim to maintain a stable value and will be backed by a pool of assets. So just some information here, and if you guys care to look over this, I will link this in the description of the video. Over here, though, for example, key decision-making procedures and voting mechanisms, clear and accurate descriptions of responsibilities and rights of all stakeholders, important change of protocols, available dispute mechanisms, or procedures for seeking redress or lodging complaints, composition of balance sheet items, financial conditions, regulatory incidents, and penalties where relevant. This information should also include redemption rights and composition of reserve assets for those crypto assets that aim to maintain a stable value relative to a specified asset or a pool or basket of assets. Considering the World Bank has said XRP and XLM stablecoins as per their report, is the Financial Stability Board also insinuating the same without naming those particular coins? Now remember, those two coins were essentially created for this purpose: bridging assets, global stablecoins, value specific to a stable price that has to be high enough for this value transfer to occur. And so here they're mentioning it, guys, in this report dated July 17, 2023. So again, this is brand new, high-level recommendations for regulation, supervision, and oversight of crypto asset activities and markets. Considering now we got the Ripple verdict, considering this came out just a few days afterwards, maybe they were waiting in the wings to report on this. Again, guys, I will link everything in the description of the video for you. The landscape is looking poised and ready to move. Based on the information we're finding here, devs are developing on the XRPL, RippleX obviously supporting that financially, and more partnerships are occurring, guys. We're seeing a burst in Ripple partners already, and symbiotic relationships between multiple Ripple partners joining up to continue their effort in providing value for the ecosystem. So when you have losers like this telling you cryptocurrency is essentially a Ponzi scheme, I think we know better. I think this loser's a paid mouthpiece. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.